Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, I'm Christodon1, and I am back. Yo, you've been living under a rock, and if you didn't see this coming, then you are blind, okay? But Roger Goodell in the NFL decided in their best interest to create a new policy for the national anthem law. Now, we're going to skim through this new policy, which is going to take effect this year. Basically, if players or coaches, staff, whatever, wants to protest, they can stay inside the locker room while the national anthem is being played. Now, if any player or if anyone, do something that the NFL deemed disrespectful during the national anthem, like kneeling or with the fist pumped up, if they view this as disrespectful, then not only your team is going to be fined, but you as well is going to be fined. Okay? Now, when Colin Kaepernick was on this crusade with protesting with all Black Lives Matter, when he was establishing that movement, okay, it seems like a lot of people gotten away from that perspective and flipped it, using this narrative as Colin Kaepernick is disrespecting the national anthem. Now, even veterans, there are some veterans that came in the support of Colin Kaepernick. And one military veteran, suggests the idea of Colin Kaepernick kneeling to the national anthem, because Colin Kaepernick was trying to figure out a way to protest the All Black Lives Matter movement. And the veteran suggested to him, by kneeling, that this will be redeemed as respect for the flag and for the country. Okay? So, a lot of right-wingers, a lot of Republicans, even Donald J. Trump, as well as other people out there, sort of flip the narrative. It's not about the All Black Lives Matter movement. It's more so about paying homage and paying respect to the national flag, and they deem these actions as disrespectful for all the military veterans out there, and it caused a lot of backlash, particularly in the NFL, which you saw a lot of this protesting unfolding in that league, okay? And the NFL used this narrative to suggest that that's the reason why the ratings were tanking, because people did not want to see the NFL because of the protest. Okay, so the NFL had to do something to save face, and if you didn't think this wasn't coming, then you're just foolish. They're going with this vague policy. Anything that they feel that's being disrespectful to the national anthem, they're going to deem it as a violation. Okay, so the language is not even clear. It's not even on point. It's very vague on what they deem acceptable, and but they definitely is deeming what is not acceptable, which is protesting. They want to eliminate protests during the national anthem. Now, they sort of closed this one door, but they also opened multiple doors as of, with this new policy. Now, if a player stays in the locker room during the national anthem, I'm sorry for the noise in the background. If a player is in the back room, and they can either be protesting or, getting ready for the game, a lot of people are going to deem that as that particular player is protesting against the national anthem. Okay, so now we're even deflecting even further down the rabbit hole on what this was initially for, which was to promote awareness for all Black Lives Matter, promote awareness of police brutality, We just got word and news of, police officers in Milwaukee violating the rights of an NBA player, Sterling Brown. Okay, we're going to basically, a lot of people are going to deflect from these current event things that are happening in a lot of communities. Okay, now a lot of people who live in these gated communities that don't interact with law enforcement, that don't interact with everyday people, they simply don't understand the nuances of what's been transpiring in a lot of these rural small areas, these small communities. Okay, or they just simply don't care. All right, but with this policy, it's very vague, and I feel like slowly but surely players are going to stop protesting. I feel like players today have platforms. They don't necessarily have to use the national anthem as a platform, but there's a lot of players out there who have their own separate individual platforms that talk about the social injustice in a lot of communities, in a lot of areas. So that's going to always continue. But basically, using the national anthem as a platform is all but gone. Okay, even before or after the game, reporters are not going to talk to players about what's going on in certain situations or certain parts of society. They're going to be talking about the X's and O's, why you won, why they lost, and they want these generic answers that these cliches that we constantly hear year after year. Reporters really don't want to hear what a player is thinking or what a player actually wants to speak out about. They clearly want this vague answer, this powdered puff answer, so they can take it to their websites and get clicks. Okay, but it is what it is. I think players are still going to advertise their platforms and advertise awareness in society. They're just not going to be able to do it during the national anthem. Okay, so yes, it closes a lot of viewers that may thought that these actions were disrespectful, and that's the reason why they stopped buying tickets. That's the reason why they stopped watching the games. But it opens and explores even more doors. And one can assume that when the ratings continue to plunge, on certain games, a lot of people are going to go back to this story and then talk about how this new policy, even though it's really benefiting the fans out there, how somehow, some way this new policy is affecting the ratings. There's really no data that suggests either or, but it is what it is. Guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I am out of here. Deuces.